Hey, it's another 5 things about Steven Universe, and this time it's Beach City Drift. So a lot of people on the internet were saying that this episode is really reminiscent of a lot of those racing animes and everything, which I've never watched any of them, so I don't, and it goes over my head a little bit, but I still enjoyed this episode, and I can still see what they were going for with it. And of course, you know, we get the return of some interesting characters in this one. Anyway, let's go right into the 5 top moments, or whatever you want to call it now. And away we go.
Number 1, the Dondai Supremo.
I just thought now that I'm swimming in dough, why not get a new car?
A new car? But it's got this big U sticker on it.
I like to think of it as more experienced than used.
First off, Greg's love for, you know, an obviously older, used car is just hilarious. I mean, all those pictures.
I've had my eye on the Dondai since way back when. I love that car. I wanted that car.
Sometimes there's taken an obsession a little bit too far.
Number 2, Steven's hate for Kevin.
Give me a wash, old man.
Right away, young man.
Is that Kevin?
So this bit was quite interesting. So of course we get the return of Kevin, you know, the creepy guy from Alone Together. But what I found interesting was Steven's, you know, hate. I mean, that's not like Steven at all, because he's a very forgiving person, he's a very kind person. So for him to just really hate someone, it says a lot. It says a lot about how he felt when he was Stevonnie, when they were Stevonnie. I guess it's weird how emotions work with fusions and everything. There's a lot of questions with that sort of stuff. It's a very interesting concept, and it's something that I'm really glad the show did, because it really does just add something very interesting. And yeah, I mean, it must have been very creepy and very confusing for Stevonnie when Kevin was kind of perving on them or whatever at that club. And yeah, I mean, that's hard for a kid to go through, really, when I think about it. But I mean, I don't think that's the really heavy angle they're trying to go for here. But yeah, just to see Steven just be really mad at someone is quite scary.
Number 3, Kevin being a jerk.
My practice didn't pay off at all. That was so bad.
I know, baby. I'm the worst.
Now, Kevin is a total jerk, but is kind of like in a lovable way, you know? I mean, he's a character you love to hate, basically. He knows he's a jerk, but he doesn't care. He does it anyway. And it makes for some just kind of hilarious lines.
Whoa, wait. Careful with the tires, Grandpa. I got a big race today, and my car has to look as beautiful as me.
And I mean, that bit where he doesn't pay Greg.
Hey, you forgot to... what do I care? I'm rich.
Amazing.
Number 4, the music.
Shoot!
Now this one isn't really like a moment per se, it's just something I noticed throughout the episode. The music was quite interesting. It's slightly different for Steven Universe. It's not really something that I feel like has been in the show much before, but it's got a very like cool, like, I don't know, sort of techno-y sort of sound. I mean, have a listen.
So you do know how to use that thing.
I mean, that is just quite cool, you know. It's quite a cool sound. But I feel like we're not really going to hear much music like that anymore, because it really does just sort of fit the racing theme, you know. But I mean, maybe there'll be another racing episode in the future. I doubt it.
Number 5, Stevonnie learns a lesson.
We're getting Kevin back. We're about to beat him in his own game.
Yeah, but why do we even have to play his game?
Because he's...
I know! So why should he get to have any say over how we feel?
He doesn't.
But he's the reason we're racing. Steven, He's the reason we fused.
Now, I think this moment was the best one. Stevonnie learning that, you know, they should race for themselves. You know, they should stop doing this stuff for Kevin, basically, and you do it for themselves. I mean, you shouldn't fuse just to try and get back at someone. You should fuse for yourselves, and that's something that Steven and Connie learn. And yeah, it's yet another growth in their relationship and their maturity. And of course, it is just kind of beautiful, that whole driving bit. And it's very satisfying for Kevin to kind of get a comeuppance. You know, basically for Stevonnie to show that they're better than Kevin in every way.
Hey, don't try to teach me a lesson. You lost.
Second place isn't so bad. For my first time driving a car.
So yeah, all in all, a pretty fun episode with some kind of shaky 3D animation there, but whatever, you know. And yeah, I'll see you next time.